everybody, please like and subscribe. Like a pretty big turnout today. Good morning, everybody. Please hit the subscribe button if you could. It's just past 7 AM in the morning, down under. Please like and subscribe. Early Honda. Could be close to 1,000 cars here today. They might even fill the whole field up. Still plenty more lined up to come in. We'll do a walk around after they all come in, pretty much. Please like and subscribe. We'll start the walk around now. Still a fair few coming in. we saw this the other night. Harry's Diner. Not Harry's Diner, Munchies. Acacia Ridge. Hey Austin. Well, there's a lot of Mazdas here, mate. Mainly Japanese cars. I got my Ford over there, but it's not a Mazda or anything. Yeah, variety of pretty much a lot of Japanese cars. Early, late model.
Is this the 80s Bluebird? Like, yeah, I've seen that.
Please like and subscribe. That's a Holden. VL. It's got bird shit all over it.
How we roll.
I didn't even get a heated
Yeah, that's true. Yes, let them deep in the nameplate.
silence people.
Yeah, there's a reason there hasn't been a Salica since that one.
I can't talk the Honda name leaders. It's struggling.
Toyota Sleeker.
I actually don't mind the look of it.
I don't mind it,
You
but
can
at the
see
same
the
time,
design
they
influence from the photo.
they kind of. I think it's one of those cases of too many people wanted it to look exactly as the
I
DC.
kind of
Plenty of rotaries here too.
You never let me.
Speaking of rotaries.
And that destination,
96 horsepower at the wheels.
yeah, they're blazingly slow.
That's about double what this one would
I
be.
think after I cleaned it yesterday, fucking, I've got a vacuum leak somewhere. I can't hold idle properly. Cranky idle.
Yeah, smoke machine, mate. That'll find it.
Yeah, I know. I would have thought it would have died by now. Probably my highlights has already dropped off to different places, so I can't follow it. It's probably already.
Rally inspired. I think Thailand's got a big scene of these types of cars too. Hey Auto Passion, welcome buddy. Please like and subscribe if you already haven't done so. I go to all different types of car shows, not just Mazdas and Japanese stuff. Pretty much everything, even old school, really old school vintage stuff. Oh, this is like the biggest one for this weekend. As you can see, there's a whole field for them. Other than the classic Holden and Ford.
Every time you come out of that mine, this is
I missed the line, so I've got to come back through here. Still people coming in. We're only about positive, you're right mate. We're only about positivity here. Doesn't matter if people get in the way anyway because I'll get my shot. That's the one, rub that dust in. Look at that. Such a small engine, eh? That rotary.
Premium. If you get that size, really late. No, I don't think it's premium 1500. This is a bit bigger, right?
Anybody comes into chat and starts saying silly things, well, they're just getting their messages deleted. like you weren't even here. You appreciate anybody's car, really. It's their pride and joy. Doesn't mean it has to be yours.
Oh yeah. Why would you just? Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I don't go out to drink that. It's not expensive.
It's clean. You could subscribe, hit the like button, it helps the channel, helps the algorithm. Sends it out to more people, more enthusiasts.
That was why when you guys wanted off the first one, I was like, nice.
People drive all types of cars, not just one particular model or make. Everything doesn't have to be their big V8s.
Oh yeah. That is a chunky
These are the coffee machines, trucks, vans. Hope you're all doing well in chat. Hope life's treating you good. RX-8. I got an XR8 Ford Falcon. Brought my Mondeo today. Just an everyday driver. But I keep it pretty much clean like a show car anyway. You're right, mate. Seagulls in the middle of the city.
I was going to buy 12s.
Well, they're ploppers. One of the two. Oh, I think they're ploppers, not seagulls.
Yeah. And started looking at speakers and all that.
Oh, we did this line, so we'll skip to the next one. I hopped in the car this morning, and my remote wouldn't work. So I had to go and get the spare. Got to stop and get some batteries for him today. Things that go wrong with modern cars. Oh, we'll miss that one because we'll come back to that line. It's like some people haven't seen a camera before. We'll try and duck out of the way. RX-7. I've had a ride in something like this probably about 15-20 years ago. I love the sound of the rotaries. The chook cooker or a rice burner as we call them in Australia.
Did you sell it before the hailstorm last year? Did you sell it before the hailstorm?
Yeah, something that doesn't mix cars and hail.
And then it was actually
I carry a weather app around on my phone usually. It looks like anything like hail. I try and get it undercover somewhere, whether it's a servo or a shopping centre. Same as home, because I've got one car or a shed, garage, 2 cars. So if I see a storm coming or hear about one, I go down to the supermarket. Or go back to the end of this line and start again, because it's just only a half line. Black cars are always hard to keep clean. You see every little bit of dust on them. And these would be like my old car too, my EBXR8. It's like a 92 model, but these are a lot earlier. It'd be hard to get parts. They must be in the trucks.
so they've given me more.
So they cancelled that memorial truck rally. Big rigs that come from all the way through from New South Wales up to Toowoomba, Queensland. I think it was something to do with price of petrol, diesel. Even though it's come down a lot. Yeah, I've noticed. Unleaded, I filled up the other day and I've gone through half a tank already.
Civic from before.
Got it from a servo that was like $1.49. It's up the road, which I'll be going back to today. I don't know if it's their fuel or it's that dirty fuel that we've got in Australia at the moment. That Russian fuel. Got the higher sulfur content.
It's really nice, but rare as shit too. I'm pretty sure this is.
There's Prince.
Yeah, to me.
Oh, that's awesome, really check that out.
72, yeah, that's old. It's a year younger than me. Please like and subscribe. That's a nice blue. These little trucks must be cheap on fuel. I don't know about the wind drag on these things, these box cars. Marlboro. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Lambo doors. I don't know what they call them on these cars. It's such a small car. Like the door, the wings are bigger than the actual car.
You get like a chassis hole. That's got all
Reverse opening bonnets.
cool. Got a photo with this one.
people get in the way, you just go to the other side, or just hang around and then you'll get your shot.
I went to the shop, I went to work.
Mine would say, I've gone to the petrol station and then go for my run.
That's right. But yeah, I don't think it's rocket science, but we've just got to make sure.
I've heard other people on YouTube saying that this high sulfur fuels, they go through a lot more of it. Even in America, when they've upped the ethanol in your fuel over there, they reckon people are going through a lot more too. I think like India, they're going to put, I think it's like 50% ethanol in the fuel. And America's going to up theirs too, something to like 30 or 35 or something.
We sold ours because we were having
Definitely no good for some of these engines. All the gaskets and things in them.
the family car, the white one. And then you became even bigger pork chop, and so we had to get rid of that one. Yeah, and even bigger
Still some cars arriving. I turned the camera on purpose then. I prefer if people actually get in my way. Some people just being polite, that's all. They're still arriving. Got a Land Cruiser. I remember it being in a blue and white one, a really old one, older than that. My mum had one. That'd be pretty rare too. That thing sounds alright when it comes in.
This can't keep Barry everything.
No, Barra every
Barra, talking about boards. People stick barras in a lot of things.
Your wife driving your wife's car.
What's the name of the thing?
Next to the pink middle bit.
I know that it holds sentimental value. Yeah. And look, that's just how rare the car is.
Nismo, Godzilla. The moon's still out. A lot of people into the 2JZs. They make brand new blocks for them now. Same as the Barrow too, the Ford Barrow. They make blocks for them. Some of these cars could be like family cars handed down from generation to generation, dad to son. They're right near an airport, Archer Field. It looks like someone's just drawn with a black marker on the car. Make it look a bit like cartoon, but I think it's just part of the paint job. MR2, Jesus got a small tyre in it. That's what they do on the new cars these days, space saver tyre. Supercharger, MR2. There's a big good on fuel economy. Please like and subscribe. You're a man. You're a man.
Yeah, but
So there's some polite people around. I've driven these Pulsars before. A manual one, they go right. Back in the day when it was brand new. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota. Santina. Rotary turbo, RX-7, it's pretty clean. We're only about halfway through the cars. rocket bunny. Classic Skyline. That's what they call them, cube cars. Speaking of power, Ford motor and a Toyota. Big turbo. Nothing's low.
It's got fun. I think he's here actually. He's got a Toyota plate that he just went 2 weeks ago.
Seen this before at Growl Racing. The Performance Pulse Expo.
I remember the comments that you made when you went and looked at it. I was like, yeah, he's got the air box. He made me do it also.
It was 30.
Front, yeah.
So that'd be that's a C, yeah.
Hopefully later, no?
Please like and subscribe. Some patina on this one. It's been painted a few times. Red, blue. Got bronze colour underneath. Wayne's World. This one's clean too.
had you two meet? And then they're like, friends of friends. And I'm like,
This field's pretty much full. Got to be close to 1,000 cars. Still got the original plastic on it. One of 3 known in Australia. Daily driver.
You could change the spring rates and adjust your suspension, but everybody had the same shocking and the same springs to make it a fair playing field. Then they upgraded them to a control motor.
That was like my first one.
A hail tank or something? Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, piece of piss if you're going to do it that way. Yeah.
Would it not be cheaper? Have a look at someone's been. Yeah.
I was literally in a group chat where it was the same thing, and it was that the only time this dude would ever comment was, oh, someone
Yes.
That's in 1600.
and a physical. Yes.
Maybe. Yeah, probably like 2.5 grand.
Please like and subscribe. Looks alright.
Sent it to me and was like, just attach it and send me a photo. If he's still around.
JDM King 2JZ.
Okay. That one's my favourite.
Can't afford that.
Relatively quiet if you want to have a nice
One more line left. Bunch of little bikes up here. Yeah. It was actually 2 lines, 1.5. Please like and subscribe for future content. It's pretty much different types of cars all the time. Different makes, different models. Yesterday was bikes. Now I need to go and find a toilet. obviously the way out. Thanks everybody for watching. If you could just subscribe, it'd be great. If you already have, thanks very much. Here's my car up here. Or one of my cars. Was clean, it's got a little bit of dust on it, but that's, you know, life. She's an EcoBoost. She's like 190 horsepower. You can tune them, flash them, and get an extra 100 horsepower out of them, stock. But it's just a daily drive. Anything over that, you're just looking for trouble. Not reliable, in other words. Never know, I might get it flashed one day. But I can concentrate on my EBX R8 Falcon. Phase 8. 101. It's on my home page. Doesn't need much doing to it, just got I'm waiting on a an O-ring to stick the fuel pump in. I've got a lot of aftermarket bolt things like American Mustang parts to put on it. Got a 300 amp polished alternator for it. I've got pacemaker extractors for it. Got another set of rims to put on it. 18s. They're like the shark fins that came on the, I think it was the EL or EF XR8, but they're upgraded to 18s, aftermarket shark fins. It's got Coney shocks on it, it's got King Springs, Super Lows on it, change of sway bars to Shelby sway bars. Got all the paint and stuff, it's black pearl paint it, and I just got to get some rust work done to the one side, get the sills replaced.
Why is this guy like? Why do you keep?
Go through and have a look, see what that's all through here. Could be toilets somewhere. Excuse me, do you know where the toilets are around here?
Yeah, so just down there and then I think they're
Left.
on either side.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Either side. Here's a sign. I'm just going to mute this for a sec and black out the screen. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Please like and subscribe if you could. Be much appreciated. I'll head off soon and I'm going to get some petrol and probably stop at a Bunnings and get some batteries for the remote for the car. I think it's $3 for a sausage. Onions on a piece of bread. So yeah, it's a pretty big turnout. At least 1,000 cars. Just rewind the VOD, you'll see them all. 1,000 cars, probably maybe 2,000 people. Little Colby,
If anyone has lost their child, can we please come to the 7 of Clubs then?
7 of Clubs, that's the Mazda Club. I lost a little girl, lost and found. It's nice and warm in the sun. So we're doing some driving tent. Go and get some cheap fuel, $1.49.5. Otherwise it's like $1.66 or something. Kookaburras. I'm gonna dust the car off too. I have to go fast to do that one. Didn't have any dust or anything on it. Liberty, Acacia Ridge. Minutes.
Instructions soon on what to do. For more information, visit census.abs.gov.au. The Road Strathline. Or online at uptiles.net. Hey, it's Beck Wilson with some exciting news. Arcadia Retirement Living in Yeronga is now open and welcoming their very first residents. Thoughtfully designed 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments and resort-style amenities that let you focus on what matters most. Living well. Imagine morning walks in the parklands or rooftop barbecues with friends, knowing everything is taken care of with future-proof care and concierge services. Arcadia Retirement Living has it all. Search Arcadia Retirement Living and book your private tour today. At NAB, we know businesses grow in stages. It starts with a My Secret Recipe could be something, which becomes the maybe it's time to expand stage. Then the outgrowing the warehouse stage, which lands you at the time to go global stage. Then back at the maybe it's time to expand again stage. NAB Business Lending, your partner for growth at every stage of business. NAB, more than money. T's and C's, fees, charges, eligibility and lending criteria apply. See NAB.
And running like a dream with F10 fuel treatment. Whether it's cars, trucks, earth-moving machinery, boats or bikes, petrol or diesel, no matter what you drive, F10 makes engines run smoother and more efficiently, cleans and protects injectors and pumps, and extends the life of your engine. F10 removes water, wax, varnishes, and diesel bug contamination. F10 fuel treatment. Available at Atom, Bailey's Marine Fuels, Blackwood's, Burson's and Redco stores.
Repair and soothe dry, irritated skin with Avène Cyclofate Plus Restorative Protective Cream from Chemist Warehouse. Your one cream for 48 uses. Soothe and nourish skin from close laser procedures, laser irritation, scratches and razors, and more. Help repair your damaged skin with visible results after 48 hours. Suitable for infants, children and adults. Try Avène Cyclofate Plus Restorative Protective Cream 100 ml today. Just $29.39 at Chemist Warehouse. Free savings every day.
Let's flood around here. Little houses are on poles. Shit on my tires.
He was transported to hospital with a serious head injury, where he died a short time later. Authorities are appealing for anyone with information or footage to come forward. Queensland's building industry is facing a major shake-up under a new plan to cut back union power on construction sites. The new rules would stop tradies from being paid for union work, scrap fixed rostered days off, and ban non-working union reps from sites. The changes come as a commission of inquiry continues to look into claims of bullying and thuggish behaviour in the industry.
Hit the like and subscribe button.
The federal government is being accused of breaking another election promise as household energy prices continue to rise.
7 minutes
Coalition
away.
analysis shows Australians have paid nearly $23 billion in extra electricity costs over the past 4 years, with prices in Queensland jumping more than 50%. Shadow Energy Minister Dan Tehan argues it's time Labor's energy policy is overhauled.
The Labor government's renewables only approach is simply not working. The cost of those additional poles and wires that have to be built are going to send bills through the roof even further. We need energy abundance, not this renewables only approach.
Energy Minister Chris Bowen has since defended the government's position, telling Sky the coalition's...
I'll be using Manus from now on to design all my websites.
Give it a try. Download now.
The future of human longevity starts here. Introducing the Hume Band 2.0, the world's first longevity band.
Energy Minister Chris Bowen has since defended the government's position, telling Sky the coalition's...
I'll be using Manus from now on to design all my websites.
I think I'm going the right way, yeah. Got chat up. Oh, I know where I am now. Now I lost chat again. Oh, there it is.
Throws the ball into the back of the net. Was it ever in doubt?
That call on SBS. Earlier, Morocco kicked off the round of 16 with a 3-0 win over Canada. In NRL, the Broncos need a miracle to keep their finals hopes alive after suffering their 8th straight loss. Brisbane went down 28-16 to the Sharks on home turf, but coach Michael Maguire argues his team can still turn their season around. That's the latest news and sport.
Sport. Not sure about the 30% cheaper home batteries government rebate? Call Fallon Solutions. Licence 65776 and S478 6000.
You know that laugh to the snort kind of moment? Well, it's back. Molicare Premium Lady Pads let you enjoy every laugh without worrying about laughter leaks. Designed for women managing bladder weakness, Molicare Premium Lady Pads are thin, discreet, quickly lock away moisture, and help neutralise odours for a fresh, dry feeling all day. Molicare Premium Lady Pads from $5.99 at Chemist Warehouse and available in different sizes and absorption needs. Laugh without limits. Trust in Molicare Premium Lady Pads. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
Traffic. Almost at your destination? Gotta get on with your day. Catch up on any show you miss on the app or online at 4bc.com.au.
Single vehicle crash at Kenilworth on Maloney Kenilworth Road, and that's affecting traffic in both directions, heading between Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast, and the Bruce Highway is clear. Patchy along Gympie Road through Chermside and Kedron, also Gympie Arterial Road and Beerburrum Road remaining busy through Caboolture near the Diagula Highway. And there's roadwork on the Logan Motorway at Ellen Grove. It's slowing traffic both ways between the Centenary Motorway and Formation Station Street, and the Boundary Road eastbound on-ramp remains closed. This is Will Bottom on Brisbane's traffic leader, 4BC.
Sale extended. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance extended to Sunday. Shop huge last chance deals store-wide. Save $150 on Acer Ryzen 3 laptop, now only $498. Save $130 on Gasmate Halo 4-burner barbecue, now $691. Save over $800 on LG 75-inch mini LED TV. Up to 25% off carpet and flooring. Up to 50% off rugs. And King Coil Conformer Embrace Queen mattress in choice of 4 feels, just $749 each. Hurry, end Sunday at Harvey Norman.
Rising costs got you thinking about going electric? Hillcrest Hyundai has you covered. We've got EVs for every lifestyle. From the compact
$54 here,
to the
I think.
versatile Coda Electric and the family-sized Alexio.
Yeah,
$54.5.
No, $56.5.
Smart range and advanced battery tech. Going electric has never been easier. Beat the pump price surge. Explore the Hillcrest Hyundai EV range today. Anzac Avenue, Hillcrest.
Weather. The 20k asset write-off is here to stay. Reach 4BC's big audience of business owners and decision makers. 4bc.com.au/advertise.
Partly cloudy over Brisbane this morning, reaching a top of 22 degrees in the city, and in Ipswich 19 on the Bayside. Looking ahead, partly cloudy tomorrow with a possible shower and a top of 20. Another cloudy day on Tuesday, a top of 21. And similar conditions on Wednesday, 22. On Moreton Bay, southerly winds 15 to 20 knots, seas below 1 metre. Right now, it's 13 degrees at Rosewood. I'm Georgina Winter with more news at 10 on your news leader, Brisbane's 4BC.
Across Australia, this is Weekends with
47.
filling in for Luke Grant.
Welcome to Weekends with Trent Nikolic, filling in for Luke Grant for the next few weekends. And I always joke when I'm filling in for Luke that they are big shoes to fill, because they are big shoes to fill. Luke's about 7'3", so his shoe size is actually quite huge. Feel free to ring in when he's back and remind him.
I put $40 in it last time. There you go, 20. You really should have, once it clips, you really should not. Put any more in. $12, mate.
There you go.
I'll grab a receipt too, thanks, mate. Thank you. You too. Bunnings up the road up here. Bunnings up here. 12 litres. $18. I'll just stop up here and get the batteries for the otherwise I can't get in the car, even though I got the key for it. There are a few Bunnings on the way home, but I'd rather just get over and done with here. Side of the road, so on the right hand side. This is where I came the other night. Not many cars turned up. Down here. 9:17, they should be open. I think it's Sunday. Yep. Had these batteries in the remote for 3 years. So better buy 2 sets. It takes 2 per remote. I'm after batteries.
Batteries? Tool shop. Which batteries?
Oh, the little small ones.
Yeah, behind the tool shop there is a one counter.
Okay, thank you. I'm after batteries. Are they around here, are they?
Yep.
Oh, okay. It's 25. Yeah. So it's 12.56 for 4. Or that's 12. That's $13. I better forget that. Can I pay for that here?
Yeah. 12.55.
Thank you.
No problem. I'll give you a receipt.
Thanks a lot. That was easy. I think they're the right ones. Maybe they are the right ones. 20, 25. Please like and subscribe. There you go, IRL, we went in the shops. Actually, we're on the wrong one.
Sunday.
Trent Nikolic with you for Luke Grant, 25 and a half minutes past 9. Some of your feedback already coming through. Greg, I love this one. Trent, come on, ministers are employed by...
Prime Days Cup.
Greg, I am concerned that you are right. Margaret says, Trent, what about the Albanese interview, in inverted commas, with Nicky Osborne? Does this bloke know he's supposed to be Prime Minister? Look, I saw that, and I saw some of the content of that, Margaret, and I thought to myself, I'm okay with the Prime Minister and ministers showing their lighter side, but station answering serious questions at all, or any radio station answering serious questions. So he's happy to sit down and do podcast interviews, you know, answering stupid questions and having a giggle and a laugh. And I'm happy with that, because as Aussies, that's what we do. But how about you front up for some of the more serious questions? You get a friendly interview on the ABC, and you do that regularly, and your ministers do that. But you're unlikely to come and appear on this radio station and answer serious questions, because you will look like you don't know what you're talking about if serious questions are put to you and you can't answer them. We've got a message here. Make sure, I know you're Joan, you did put your name. Will Bottom, it's good to hear you back. Another fan for you, Will. Frank says net zero has been achieved in Australia in between Chris Bowen's ears. Marie says, Marie, can you message me back and say whether it's your pronunciation is Marie or Mari? Because I know you message in regularly. I can't believe it's okay for the government to borrow from the future, necessitating them to tighten their belts, particularly to the degree of $1 trillion. Why shouldn't we have being economically smart now, Marie is saying. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I would have thought the smartest way to solve generational inequity is not to have our kids and grandkids paying off trillions of dollars of debt. Dave, thank you for your support.
The same in America too.
Bob saying, why should you and I be forced to pay for new power lines? The state government owns 51% and a Chinese company owns 49%. The delivery charges just doubled. Now they want more, Bob. Amen to that. I have massive personal issues with overseas interests. I don't care where they're from. In this instance, your example, it happens to be China. Couldn't care less where they come from, owning critical infrastructure in this country. I hate it. Peter says, hi Trent, please push this point. Why is it not illegal for politicians to lie and mislead the electorate? This is fraud via the liars. Very good point. And then lastly, John from Saratoga says, after watching, thanks for your support, John, after watching Tara Moriarty over the last few days, I rejoice in the fact she's going overseas. Maybe the Premier can take control. You could be right. You could be right. Keep the feedback coming in. 131873 is the open line number. 0460873873 is the text line. It's time for this. Time now for the Sunday Sweep, where we unpack the issues of the week, and we've got one of the great friends of this show joining us today, and in fact we've spoken on the phone before but never in person. Claire, hello. I'll introduce you properly in a minute, but hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Trent. Lovely to be with you.
So this is leading child psychologist and adjunct fellow at the Institute of Public Affairs, Claire Rowe. Do you expect people to address you as that all the time? Like, do you just demand that that's how they address you?
Absolutely not.
It's like, I'm just Claire. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. Thanks for your time. Let's start off with Julia Gillard. She's been in the firing line in recent days because she was asked about the issues of gender identity, and it sparked backlash over her controversial changes to the definition of women. With this sort of stuff, because I'm not, I've got an opinion on it, but I'm not versed the way you are. I like to defer to someone like you who is versed to talk on it. What do you make of it all?
Yeah, I think her comments are really interesting. I'm glad that she's come out and at least said something. There's been a lot of pressure on her to say something. I mean, there's been protests against her in the UK.
Yeah,
there's been some real serious kind of, calling out this, ironically, the first female Prime Minister of this country, the one who infamously did the misogyny speech, who with a stroke of a pen took away a lot of women's rights when she amended that Sex Discrimination Act. That was 13 years ago that she, for those who don't know, she changed the definition of sex away from a biological definition to an ideologically based, however you want to identify. And of course that led 13 years later to the situation we're in at the moment, where if usually a biological man wants to say that he is a woman, he can then get into things like female prisons. We've had assaults in female prisons, female sports, etc., etc. So Julia Gillard has come out and I think said half of what she needs to say. She is still sitting on the fence a little bit. She's come out and basically said, look, it was a different time. And I do acknowledge that.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, it was. And that she is, without coming out and saying it, she's acknowledging that there are now problems with that amendment that she did not foresee.
Yeah, right.
The trans issues were not spoken about 13 years ago. Perhaps one would say even 13 years ago it was a bit of a simpler time when we knew males were males and females were females.
Yeah.
But she's come out and said, look, it was a different time. So she did acknowledge that there are some difficulties there. She hints, I think, at disadvantaging women. That certainly wasn't her intention, but I think she stops short of saying what needs to be said, which is it needs to now be corrected. And why? I mean, I can't go past by thinking there's a large part of that is political.
Yeah.
The current Labor government and certainly Albanese himself have dismissed this issue as culture wars. You know, when presented
easy to do that, isn't it? Just throwaway line.
Well, it is a throwaway line, but when you're presented with facts of saying there have been assaults against women in women prisons and there have been injuries to women in contact sports, to say, oh, that's a culture war is not good enough in my opinion. But of course, Julia Gillard doesn't want to oppose the current Labor government, and I'll give her credit to say I think since she has left politics, she's largely stayed out of it.
Yeah, which I think as Australians we like, don't we? We like our former prime ministers to just go and do their thing and not lecture to us, and
not all of them have done that.
No, that's a good point. Yes,
and so I actually do respect her for that. But this was something that her government under her watch amended that has caused significant harm now. So she's gone halfway. I think she's having it both ways. I would like her to come out a little bit stronger and say I support it to be amended back to a biological definition.
This is one of those fascinating debates for me because, broadly speaking, I think when you start to see the reaction of women, or what we call women, right, so strongly against this as it's been, clearly something's not right in the way that we're dealing with it. And what's fascinating to me, as I said, from the outside looking in, is that, and I should say, I know somebody who is transitioning quite well. And I watch the struggle and I watch how difficult that has been. And I also think about the fact that you're not going to make that decision just on a whim. You're not going to wake up one morning and go, I'm going to decide to do this with my life, right? But I think the people who are part of the transgender community are sort of in this grey area in the middle where they're having pot shots fired at them from both sides. And I don't think politicians actually have the wherewithal or the courage, I think, to deal with this properly, which goes to what you're saying. Look, I'm seeing messages here saying, Jane saying, I don't agree with it being a different time. They just won't admit that they made a mistake at the time.
That's true. That's true. And what I will say is that I have also adult transgender people that I know, and they would say to me that they wouldn't wish that on their worst enemy. It's been something that they have struggled with their whole life. And I have, every respect for those people. When you say people wouldn't transition on a whim, I would just put a caveat in there to say, unless you are a child who's been captured by some of the medical professionals at the moment, they are transitioned on a whim, and that is a very different situation to an adult who has struggled for decades.
Yeah, because you're talking 40 or 50-year-old adults making the decision. And I think, as I said, there's a very important word in your job title, which is child, right? That I think we've talked about this in any number of different ways, whether it's quick diagnosis of ADHD or a quick diagnosis of that, or the transitioning situation as well for young kids. That's very problematic, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and that is just hard evidence all around the world now that the rest of the world is backing away from gender medicine and the medicalised pathway for children under 16 years old. Australia is not at the moment. We're always about 5 years behind the rest of the world, whether it comes to energy policy or any policy really. We have this remarkable ability to watch what the rest of the world does and go, well, that didn't work out so well. let's do exactly the same thing
This is the
and
thing.
arrive at exactly the same position
This is
5
the
years
thing
later.
where you bash your head against a wall. If we can watch the rest of the world make mistakes, can't we learn from them? Or are we that stupid at a political level that we can't learn from them?
Yeah, and coming back to this issue, I mean, the UK, and there's been some very, very famous court cases over there where they have the courts have upheld the biological definition of male and female.
Seems sensible to me.
And we haven't followed that here.
Yep.
But that is partly and largely because of that Sex Discrimination Act alteration in 2013 under the Gillard government. So, look, it is contested. And I would also argue that the transgender adults that I know, first of all, have no interest playing against biological females in their sport. They're very happy to say, I'm happy not to play competitive sport if that's what it means.
Yep.
And as far as, spaces like prison goes, well, that's a whole other debate whether those people actually, if you go to prison, do you actually deserve the right to choose where you go anyway if you're a criminal?
Yeah, fair point. We're going to take a break. You're with us right up to the news, so we'll get back to the rest of the issues. We're going to take a break. Craig, your point is taken on the text message, but I think we're actually arguing the same point here, mate. So don't turn the radio off just yet. I think we're arguing the same point. We'll take a break. It is about 24 minutes to 10. We'll be right back.
The continuous cold team.
I pumped about 6 beers into me the year after school dance.
So you were 13.
You were a rebel.
Six beers, you were 13 and you kissed some chick. How old was she, do you know? 32. Was she like?
The continuous cold team, celebrating 40 years, thanks to McDonald's, Bryden's Lawyers, Ducks Hot Water, PointsBet and Forex. This weekend on 4BC. Keep it clean and running like a dream with F10 fuel treatment. Whether it's petrol or diesel, no matter what you drive, F10 makes engines run smoother and more efficiently, cleans and protects injectors and pumps, and extends the life of your engine. F10 removes water, wax, varnishes, and diesel bug contamination. F10 fuel treatment, available at Auto One, Atom, Blackwoods, Bursons, and Repco stores.
Need a plumber or sparky fast? O'Brien Electrical and Plumbing Cooper's Plains have both. Just one call and you'll have reliable, qualified tradies on your door to fix your plumbing, electrical and hot water. All suburbs, all over Brisbane. For 24/7 same-day service and 35 years of expertise, search O'Brien Electrical and Plumbing Cooper's Plains or call 3277 345. Electrical license 84362 QBCC 102782.
Hey, it's Beck Wilson with some exciting news. Arcadia Retirement Living in Yeronga is now open and welcoming their very first residents. Thoughtfully designed 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments and resort-style amenities that let you focus on what matters most, living well. Imagine morning walks in the parklands or rooftop barbecues with friends, knowing everything is taken care of with future-proof care and concierge services. Arcadia Retirement Living has it all. Search Arcadia Retirement Living and book your private tour today.
Building, constructing, or lifting, and need a crane? Then you need Lindor's Mobile Crane. At Lindor's, we get the job done without the drama. For all kinds of projects in all kinds of industries, large or small, we're on site when you need us, operating with experience, precision and care. At Lindor's, we rise by lifting others. Lindor'sMobileCranes.com.au.
Finally, a CPAP machine with premium features and a budget price tag. Introducing the new iBreeze Gen 2 Auto CPAP machine. It's quieter, more natural to breathe on, and is backed by a 6-year warranty. Get it now from CPAP Direct for under $1,200 and we'll throw in a free mask of your choice. If you've been diagnosed with sleep apnea but haven't done anything about it, now's the time to get your mojo back. Affordable payment plans also available. Find your nearest CPAP Direct at cpap.com.au.
At NAB, we know your business payments go through stages. It all starts with the My First Sales stage.
Have a good day.
Then the Getting Through the Sales Rush stage. Trusted during the How do I sell online stage. And ready for every Next Please stage. NAB Merchant Services. Your partner for payments you can count on at every stage of business. NAB. More than money. Terms, conditions, fees and charges apply. See nab.com.au for more information.
4BC Weekends. Sale extended. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance extended to Sunday. Shop TVs, fridges, laptops, mobiles, furniture, bedding and more in-store and online. Hurry, end Sunday.
Trent Nicholich with you for Luke Grant on the weekend. 131873 is the number, 0460873873. I'm here with Claire, and as I said, I'm going to call you Claire, but it's Claire Rowe, just so everybody knows what you're talking about, who I'm talking about. Moira Deeming controversy. What does this mean for the Me Too movement? If you can just explain a little bit about what that is and then what it means for the Me Too movement and general trust around that.
Yeah, okay. So this saga, and I can't describe it any other way, with Moira Deeming, a Liberal candidate in Victoria, has gone from what only I can describe as a lapse of judgment to something truly baffling. I just don't think anyone really knows where she's coming from with this. And for those that don't know, obviously she made an allegation against a colleague, a fellow MP, Matthew Guy, and it was at an event, and she said that she was, quote, put into a headlock for quite a...
Pretty serious allegation.
Very
right?
serious. At a public event, put into a headlock, felt very uncomfortable, couldn't release herself for several, 10 seconds or so. Anyhow, it went on in quite graphic description, and she went to the police about this. And of course, there was, as there is everywhere we go now, there was CCTV footage of this, and that was released to the public. Now, that shows a completely, I would describe innocent, but completely different situation. The police dismissed her claim. It shows Matthew Guy leaning over her in a crowded room at an event to talk to her, and he puts his hand on her back, and that is it.
Can we imagine for a moment, Claire, if that was a male who made that claim about a female, what we'd be dealing with thereafter?
I can't even imagine that. I mean, as a woman, I can't speak on behalf of all women, but as a woman, all I can say is that if I did feel uncomfortable when a male colleague put his hand on my back for whatever reason, I mean, what would I do? I suppose I would shift away, move my body language.
Take your hand off me, mate.
Maybe say that. Would I go to the police? No. But what has followed from that is the bizarre situation where she has doubled down, refused to give an apology that Matthew Guy, I think quite rightly, has requested, and the Liberal Party requested from her, come out with a statement from her lawyer saying, no, she doesn't apologise, but she states that she misunderstood the meaning of the word headlock. That's a bizarre statement to make. And with the refusal to apologise, the Liberal Party are obviously thinking about disendorsing her for the upcoming election in November.
Thinking about it, they should be doing it.
Yes, but now she's got on the front foot and is now suing the Victorian Liberal Party for a miscarriage of justice. So that whole situation is just baffling and bizarre. But to your point, as a woman, what does this do for the Me Too movement? Now, I work in an office full of females, and I did a little bit of an office poll this week. They didn't know who Moira Deeming was. They don't follow Victorian politics like I do, obviously.
More power to them.
But I explained the situation and I showed them the video, which is readily available online. And they were, disappointed doesn't cut it as females. They were enraged to think that a female is weaponising their position as a female to make such an accusation which one would think, if there wasn't that footage, could have really significantly impacted Matthew Guy's career, his friends, his family, really torn a guy down in his life. It does a complete disservice to victims of sexual assault, physical assault. And the whole Me Too movement, I suppose, and I have my criticisms of that movement, was saying that we need to believe women. When you get a situation like this and the video footage comes out that there was absolutely nothing there to report, how can you believe all women? That's what people will be asking.
That's exactly what they'll be asking legitimately. And I think as a male, your worst nightmare, certainly if you're a male with more than 2 brain cells, your worst nightmare is that a woman would ever feel intimidated in your presence for any reason, whether it's language, whether it's the way that you're speaking, whether it's physical, whatever it is.
that is your worst nightmare. So you park that to one side, but then as a male, I look at this through the prism, as you just said, of how females are reacting to it. And if females are saying, no, this doesn't do us any service whatsoever, then that's the lead we should take, because they're people we should be listening to.
Absolutely. And I'm, raising a boy and a girl. They're here today.
Yes, child psychologists with children, and they're remarkably well behaved out there, aren't they? Did they get the riot act read to them on the way in?
No, I just give them a few biscuits.
Bribery. Bribery.
But look, I'm raising a young boy, and I think about that all the time, about how careful he will have to be.
Yeah.
And as males in the workplace, sadly, and I think it is sad, you cannot put your hand on someone's back.
No.
You cannot touch another colleague now. That is where we are at.
Yeah.
You cannot crack jokes. You cannot tell a woman she's looking good today. You can't do a lot of things that I think are normal social human interaction.
Well, it changes the dynamic, and we'll take a break in a minute, but it changes the dynamic. Kitty and Camilla, who work here on this show with Luke, I haven't seen them for a couple of months. So they come into the office this morning, we give each other a hug, and as a bloke, they're like family to me, but as a bloke, I don't stop and think, geez, I hope this doesn't go wrong, or I hope they're not upset by this. But you kind of, if you don't know people well enough, you have to think like that, because I don't want to be the guy that's having this reported against me having done the wrong thing, or not doing the wrong thing but doing something that's perceived as the wrong thing.
I don't know if I have the answer for that. Maybe you have to wait until a female initiates. I come in here and I give Luke a hug when I'm here or on the weekends. Maybe I need to think about that. Maybe he feels uncomfortable with that. Sorry, Luke.
He's about 4 feet taller than you, so he shouldn't be. He shouldn't
But
be.
it does. Look, I'm really angry at this situation. Really angry. I look at that and, she's not the only one. If she's doing it, there must be other females that are doing it.
Just before we go, I've found there's been almost a reversion. Like when you speak to younger people, so if you speak to women who are, say, under the age of 25, they're completely fine with a guy saying you look nice, love your outfit, dress beautifully, hair looks great. They don't have an issue with it. So maybe there is a bit of a revolt coming to the stupidity that we've had over the last decade or so.
Yeah, maybe.
Might be the hope of the side.
I mean, maybe it's the people I hang around and they're, middle-aged, I suppose, women like myself, and I ask them and they generally say the same thing. I think we all acknowledge there's a line, that you can cross. But if someone says, you look good today, or your hair's nice, or gives you a compliment, most of my friends and me have absolutely no issue with that.
No issue with it at all.
And
Elizabeth's saying we're losing what we would call regular human interactions.
Yes.
If they're done with respect, they're human interactions.
Correct.
And Greg's saying that deeming belongs in Parliament because the truth is a foreign concept to her and she's got complete belief in her infallibility. So she's right where she needs to be. It's about 11 and a half minutes to 10. We'll take a break and we'll be back with Claire Rowe.
Brisbane traffic. Keep the conversation flowing. Call 133 882 or click on message us at 4bc.com.au.
Crews working through a crash on the Diagula Highway at Wanurin. It's near Campbell's Pocket Road. Single vehicle involved, not expecting any delays from it. Also works on the Logan Motorway at Ellen Grove. That's near the Centenary Motorway, which is slowing traffic both ways, and it has the on-ramp from Boundary Road closed until about 8 tonight. That's to eastbound traffic. Gold Coast Marathon continues with road closures in place, including the Gold Coast Highway at Southport, and it's also heavy near the Isle of Capri Bridge. This is Will Bottom on Brisbane's traffic leader, 882 4BC.
At Ingenia Lifestyle Millers Glen in Bow Desert, you'll meet early morning walk people, coffee, outdoorsy and dip in the pool people, and even late evening get-together people who just so happen to be married to those early morning walk people. Resort-style living designed for over 50s with low-maintenance homes from 600,000. Ingenia Lifestyle Millers Glen for life-minded people. Search Ingenia Lifestyle Millers Glen to book your tour. T&Cs apply.
Kmart's the home of fun fashion and accessories the whole family will love. Like men's smiley tees just $15 and girls' K-pop tee a low $12. Have you tried Joy, Kmart's new AI shopping assistant? You'll find Joy on the free Kmart app and our website, available to help you all day, every day. Kmart, low prices for life.
Looking for tiles? Visit us at Up Tiles, Queensland's largest family-owned tile shop. All our tiles are exclusively imported from Italy, Spain and Sri Lanka by Up Tiles. And if it's on display, we've got it. Because at Up Tiles, we keep all our stock on site in our award-winning showroom. If you haven't been to Up Tiles, you haven't seen it. Open 7 days, 104 Gympie Road, Strathpine. Or online at uptiles.net.
What is CRC 556? It's the can you reach for when things stop working. Stuck bolt, squeaky hinge, rusty latch, wet electrics. CRC 556 gets things moving again. It lubricates, penetrates, protects against rust and corrosion. It can even drive moisture out of engines. That's why you'll find it in garages, workshops, sheds, utes and toolboxes right across Australia. CRC 556, the toolkit in a can. Available at leading CRC retailers. CRC, together we get it done.
Don't let the petrol pump dictate your weekend plans. At Hillcrest GWM, we've mastered the balance of efficiency and raw performance. From the zippy Jolion Hybrid to the rugged H7 and family-sized H6. The choice is yours. For those wanting the best of both worlds, our plug-in range including the Tank 300, 500 and Cannon Alpha delivers dedicated EV range with a petrol backup for the long haul. Every model is backed by GWM's 7-year warranty. Beat the pump price surge at Hillcrest GWM, Anzac Avenue.
Finally, a CPAP machine with premium features and a budget price tag. Introducing the new iBreeze Gen 2 Auto CPAP machine. It's quieter, more natural to breathe on, and is backed by a 6-year warranty. Get it now from CPAP Direct for under $1,200 and we'll throw in a free mask of your choice. If you've been diagnosed with sleep apnea but haven't done anything about it, now's the time to get your mojo back. Affordable payment plans also available. Find your nearest CPAP Direct at cpap.com.au.
You're listening to 4BC Weekends. At Alex Gow Funerals, we bring real people, modern care, and a personal touch here when you need us most.
Trent Nicolich with you for Luke Grant. And as we run up to the news, Claire Rowe is staying with us. Thank you, Claire, for your time today. I hesitate to do this, but let's turn our attention to the budget. We've seen Olympic-level backflipping from the government, obviously. Negative gearing, capital gains. What's fascinating to me is it does not matter what age group you speak to. Everyone's annoyed. I'm speaking to 18-year-old kids who are annoyed. I'm speaking to 70-year-olds who are annoyed, and everybody in between. What's your perception on the general mood? Because I certainly know how I've been feeling, but what's the general mood of the place?
Well, first of all, are we months on now? I mean, when was this budget handed down?
A couple of months at least, yeah. It's been a bit of a blur, but a couple of months.
I've never known a budget to spark this much debate for this long.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as you mentioned, the backflip in policies there, we're now, normally I would have thought you do your consultations first, or you want to go do your focus groups or whatever else.
Do it, wouldn't it?
Now they've come out and said, well, we're going to go consult now and see what the mood is, and we'll make some changes. Well, that's in reverse, and it's really policy on the run now.
I find it staggering, sorry to cut you off, I find it staggering that at that level, with that much support and that many people working in that business, that you would have a situation a day, a week, a month later where you go, oh, we didn't think of that. We've got to re-look at that again. How did you not look at the ramifications of the decisions you were going to make?
I don't know, but all I can think of is overconfidence.
Yeah,
I can't.
We've had messages here saying arrogant government, arrogant PM.
Just overconfidence of the complete mandate that we can now do whatever we want, and they can't. But look, the mood is, I mean, we all know it is down on aspiration, this budget.
That's the worry for me.
Yes.
When you combine record low productivity and a complete lack of aspiration now, because young people are saying, what's the point?
That's exactly the word.
Yep.
What is the point? And I can tell you as a psychologist that aspiration is fundamental to well-being, and there's a fair amount of social contract there in Australia, the lucky country, that if you work hard, it will pay off. So I think having aspiration, it's motivation, it's hope. Hope is probably the thing that's missing. We're turning to a situation where, as you said, productivity will completely grind to a halt. It's certainly stagnating now, and people will ask, well, what is the point in trying? So if we have a budget and therefore a government that is non-aspirational, and particularly, as we know, against small business, against the individual of wealth creation, without that aspirational leadership, we're going to be a country that is in collective I can't describe it any other way than a disillusionment.
Just shrugging of the shoulders.
Yeah.
But what's the point?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is a dangerous place to be in for the productivity of the country and the trickle-on effect of that.
I think it is. We're running out of time. When you're on next, in the next couple of weeks, can we have a chat about the loneliness epidemic? Because I saw something on that this morning on one of the television channels that I'd like to delve into. But we'll have you back in a couple of weeks. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's Claire Rowe. We love having her in. We will have her back in a couple of weeks. Let's take a break and then we'll head up to the news.
Dean Miller and Sophie Formica.
My father was watching me, thought that he knew where I was, and I had taken off down the street to go to the shop. And I was a toddler. It wasn't until Mum ran upstairs and said, "Where's Sophie?" I said, "She's here," and I was nowhere to be found.
Clearance sale extended, but hurry, must end Sunday.
The game won't wait for you to top up, to duck out to the kitchen for another refill. It won't pause while you hunt for a clean glass or a mixer. When the pressure is on and the clock is ticking, you need a mate who's already sorted. Yes. Jack Daniels and Cola. Ready when you are. Jack Daniels is a registered trademark. 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Need a trade specialist today that can be straight on their way? Call Fallon Solutions. Got a plumbing or electrical issue that needs to be fixed today? Call Fallon Solutions. We can be there today. Whether it's burst, blocked, tripped or blown. Call us on 3029-3201 or go to fallonsolutions.com.au. Fallon Solutions, your local tradies that can be there today. QBCC 10889291, licence number 65776 and AU 13164.
Tilly knows how to plan a party. Hey, can I borrow your marquee tomorrow? But she'd been feeling uneasy, and it wasn't the unexpected showers. It was my home loan. All her careful forecasting was going unrewarded. So she refinanced with Macquarie Bank. Can't control the weather, but I can control my home loan. With great rates and flexible loan options, her money's working harder. About time. Join the home of good borrowers. Search Macquarie Home Loans or speak to your broker and say, I bank with Macquarie. Lending criteria, fees and T's and C's apply.
You're listening to Weekends with Trent Nicholas on Brisbane's 4BC.
Trent Nicholas with you for Luke Grant. Gee, that first hour's gone quickly. Now, we do have time after the 11 o'clock news for feedback. 131873 0460 873 873. We're giving away, though, a family pass to Taronga Zoo. LG has partnered with Taronga to support the Hatch Accelerator program, which helps conservation startups create real solutions to better our planet. Life's good when we do good together. Quiz question 1 before the news. I spoke about the annual hot dog eating contest that's taken place in the USA. Joey Chestnut is the crowned champion after eating a whopping amount. 6, 22 or 66. 10 o'clock news coming up. We'll be right back after that.
Morayfield, Springwood, Newmarket, 4BC is Brisbane.
BC News.
It's 10 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Georgina Winter. A 66-year-old man has died following an alleged fight in Brisbane's inner south. Police say an altercation broke out between two men just before 2 this morning in West End. One man fled the scene while the other was rushed to hospital, but later succumbed to his injuries. Police are asking for those with information or footage to come forward. Police are appealing for public assistance following an armed robbery in Logan this morning. It's understood a 74-year-old man was stopped on Kingston Road in Woodridge around 5:30 when a man wearing a balaclava and armed with a knife demanded his keys. The driver was not injured, but the offender fled the scene in the victim's red Nissan Ute. Anyone who has seen the red vehicle bearing Queensland registration 927 TNR is urged to contact police. Biosecurity teams have launched emergency protocols after the world's deadliest bird flu strain was detected on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. The migratory seabird found dead near Hawke's Nest is the state's first and only confirmed case of the H5N1 strain. Agriculture Minister Tara Moriarty maintains they're treating the case seriously, but there's no need to panic.
So there is no crisis, there is no need to panic. People should continue buying chicken, continue buying eggs in the usual way. The processes that we have in place, I'm very confident, will continue to work.
The public is being urged to avoid touching any sick or dead birds and report sightings to the Emergency Animal Disease Hotline. Nationals leader Matt Canavan has used his first major address at the LNP conference in Brisbane to hone in on key areas of concern. Senator Canavan delivered his speech yesterday, focusing heavily on issues surrounding immigration, energy and tax. Speaking separately to Sky, he took aim at Energy Minister Chris Bowen, arguing Australia is falling behind under his leadership.
You can see the Googles, the Amazons, the Microsofts of the world are all building nuclear or supporting the building of nuclear power stations to power their data centres. So why has Chris Bowen got it right and Microsoft got it wrong? Why is Chris Bowen right to say no to nuclear, but Google is supporting them in the United States?
Catch you on the next one. Can't hardly see the screen. See ya. Bye.